I trusted my husband with everything, our home, our finances, our future. So when I found out he took out a $48,000 business loan in my name without telling me, felt like I'd been punched in the chest by the man who was supposed to protect me. We've been married 7 years. I was a full-time mom with 2 kids under 6, and I had paused my career as a nurse to raise them. He ran a small sports memorabilia business online. Nothing huge, just something he loved. I thought it was doing okay, slow, sure, but steady. He'd come home talking about new marketing strategies, how he was finally catching traction, and I'd smile and believe him because I wanted to. Because that's what you do when you're a team. So imagine my shock when a man in a blazer shows up at our door asking if Mrs. Caroline Fisher is available to discuss payment arrangements. I thought it was a scam. I laughed. I told him I didn't know anything. He handed me a printed contract with my name and signature. I stared at it, thinking maybe someone had stolen my identity. I had no idea what it was for. The name of the lender wasn't familiar. The address and social were mine. My signature, sort of. It looked like mine, but not quite. I called my husband. No answer. He texted. With a supplier, what's up? I told him I needed to talk. Urgently. When he got home and I showed him the paper, I saw it the way his face went from confused to resigned in a second. That was the moment I knew he did it. I didn't even have to ask. He sat down, rubbed his hands over his face, and said, "I was going to pay it off before you ever found out." Those were his first words. Not "I'm sorry," not "it was a mistake," just "you weren't supposed to find out." That hit harder than anything else. The loan had been taken out 9 months ago. He forged my signature. Used documents he found in our file cabinet, my pay stubs, my old W-2 South, even a copy of my ID. He said the business hit a rough patch, and he didn't want to tell me, because I was already stressed, and he didn't want me to worry. He was supposed to be the one handling the money. I trusted him with the bills. I had no reason not to. We had a system. I managed the house, he managed the bank. Except he wasn't managing, he was hiding. I found out he had maxed out 2 credit cards I didn't even know we had. The loan wasn't even the worst of it. The interest rate was crushing, and the worst part, he wasn't even making money. The business had been operating at a loss for almost a year. Suppliers were actually PayPal credit, Amazon sellers, and shady Instagram ads. He had lied about everything: his sales, his profits, even the website traffic. There was no plan. Just a man sinking in debt and dragging his wife with him. I felt betrayed on a level I didn't even have words for. It's not just as a partner, but as a person. He stole my identity, my credit score, my ability to even apply for a basic loan for a car or a future home. I called a lawyer. She told me I had 2 options. I could press charges, file a police report, and legally claim identity theft even against my husband. Or I could sign off on the loan and accept joint liability, but start working on debt restructuring. I didn't speak to him for 3 days. He slept in the basement. I cried every night. Not just because of the money, but because I had no idea who I was married to. Who does this to someone they love? On the 4th day, he wrote me a letter, 6 pages, front and back. He said he'd never felt like a provider, and when the business started slipping, he panicked. That he thought, if he could just fix it quickly, I'd never have to know. That it wasn't about the money, it was about pride. Said he was sorry, that he would take full responsibility, that he'd do whatever it took. But apologies don't undo contracts. They don't erase forged signatures. I filed the police report. That was the hardest decision of my life. The officer who came to take my statement didn't flinch. "Happens more than you think," he said. "Usually it's credit cards, but loans like this, it's getting more common." He said that quietly, almost kindly, like he didn't want me to feel alone. My husband's soon-to-be ex-husband was arrested. It wasn't dramatic. He turned himself in, posted bond, and moved in with his brother. I started the process of divorce the next day. My family was shocked. His parents begged me not to destroy his life. But I didn't destroy anything. He did. I started rebuilding. I took a job again, found a lawyer who helped me freeze all shared accounts. I joined a Facebook group for financial abuse survivors and learned just how common this isn't, how silent so many women are by shame. I wasn't ashamed anymore. I was furious. But more than that, I was focused on my kids, on myself, on making sure no one ever weaponized my trust again. My credit is still recovering, so is my heart. But now I double-check every document. I don't blindly trust anyone with my name. That might sound cold, but it's not. It's clarity. And clarity is what saved me. Would you press charges against your own spouse? Would you forgive them? Or finally choose yourself?